This is one that hurts my soul. I get it, but it hurts my soul. Sam Pittman is out at Arkansas. That became news Sunday morning after they got trounced by Notre Dame. A couple quick thoughts on Sam Pittman. I think that what he did there was nothing short of remarkable, especially early on. Because you got KJ Jefferson, you got Traylon Burks. Like they were an exciting team early on, had a team that was winning with culture, which is something that we have not really seen from them over the course of the last couple of years. I digress. Sam Pittman's run at Arkansas was awesome. The unfortunate part of this is it's a bottom line business. And Arkansas, under Sam Pittman, the last couple of years, had not met that bottom line. So you look to the future, what does Arkansas need? We're going to talk about it right now with Caden Smith, but I got two thoughts. One, I need an activator. Like the Sam Pittman-esque, personality, it doesn't have to be a Sam Pittman personality, but like the personality factor still being there. And then two, I need someone who can generate the belief, if you will, when it comes to getting those pockets opening up a little bit. All right, I need some of that when it comes to the new age of NIL. And assuming that you're not ever using the same kind of bat that a Georgia or an Alabama is when it comes to adding talent, I need someone who can do something different, a little more with less. Like Bobby Petrino is going to get his chance to earn this job yet again for Arkansas. A lot of things being thrown out there, Kato, but just your overall thoughts on this opening and your overall thoughts on Sam Pittman being fired in Fayetteville.
Yeah, I hate it too, JD. When I first started On3 writing for the national news desk, Sam Pittman's not someone that was on my radar at all, and just immediately became like a coach where anytime he was at a press conference, I want to hear what he has to say. Just prototypical offensive line coach turned NFL or head coach. That is just an awesome dude. Like I think everyone was saying he's the kind of head coach you want to have a beer with. Like just a great guy. See him in the SEC doc, even just like interacting with their fan base. I really think he was a good fit there, and the results just weren't there. You just hate to see it. The 2022 AutoZone Liberty Bowl that he played in against Kansas was like one of my favorite games ever. Like just such awesome teams back then with KJ Jefferson and Rocket Sanders. So hate to see the end of an era, but like you said, Petrino will get a shot at it. If he finishes the season strong for Arkansas, you can see them bringing him back. But my biggest questions for him is just off the field in this new era of NIL and the transfer portal. Is he the kind of guy that you want leading your program that is equipped for those nuances in college football? Just given his track record of the last time he was a head coach at this level compared to now. He's obviously been in the system, been in the rooms, but I think he has, just with his experience in general and at Arkansas, an opportunity to definitely win this job, win this team, win this program over as the head man going forward this year, especially looking at their schedule.
It's funny. Pete Nakos has a hot board out there, and a lot of names being thrown around. The hot board from Pete Nakos isn't funny, but it's funny when you talk about the people up for this job based on that hot board. Go get the full thing at on3.com. But a name that's out there is Rhett Lashley. And Kato, the longer I sit with it, I'm like, man, I don't know if Arkansas right now is a better job than SMU based on what you just said. Like the off-the-field support you have from SMU, very obvious. You have what you need to go acquire top talent. Is Arkansas going to be in that tier relative to the rest of the SEC? I don't know. And that would be a big question I would have before taking the Arkansas job. It's a question any coach has before they take a job right now, but especially in Arkansas when you're up against the Bama's, Georgia's, Texas's, heck, Florida's of the world whenever they're on and pop, LSU with what they did this past cycle with the portal. So I'm just really curious to see who's able to, one, be able to make it work with what they do or don't have resource-wise. That's a big I know it's fun to say it out loud because it'd be awesome if he was in college football. But if I'm going the activator route, John Gruden.
It's the only answer, man.
He is the activator. And I don't know how realistic that is. I don't even believe he's on the hot board. But the idea of it is so easy for me to fall in love with. So I'll go that direction. Alex Golish, if it's about a do more with less situation, I don't know if he would take it because he's got a good thing going at USF and he seems pretty happy there. But he'd be a guy that I would watch pretty closely too when it comes to this job. Those two fit those molds to me. Activator John Gruden, more with less, do something different guy, I think is Alex Golish.
Yeah, I think after just doing this for every coach opening, we might just have to make our John Gruden video and list the rank the jobs we'd want him to get, just because we keep throwing him in there for all of them. But I think the first name I thought of, and it's going to be curious to see what Arkansas wants to do as far as experience, because Sam Pittman was a first-year head coach. He coached at Hutch, like junior college, 2 years, like in the early 90s. But this was his first big-time gig. So do they want someone newer? Do they want someone who's been a coach before? You know what state's right next to Arkansas? It's Oklahoma. And Oklahoma State just got rid of a coach that I think would be an awesome fit for Arkansas. I think Mike Gundy, throw him in Arkansas, someone who has a undeniable resume, and I think that would just – I don't know what the pockets are looking like. It's a better question for Pete Nakos. So I'm going to have to ask him that as far as Arkansas versus Oklahoma State, because we know that was kind of a part of Gundy and his experience and his eventual departure from that program. But experienced, recruits literally in that area, knows exactly how to get around. If it's more of an NIL budget than he'd have at Oklahoma State, I could see that being enticing to him, being in the SEC. Like, I think Gundy going over one state over would be super sick. Another guy, maybe Gus Malzahn, gets back into the SEC after a strong year at Florida State. So if they want someone with coaching experience, I think there's going to be a couple head coaches out there that actually be a cool and interesting fit. John Summerall is another guy I'll keep pounding the drum for and banging the table for. Has the connections to Kentucky, obviously, and everyone kind of expects him to end up there if that job opens up. But again, does less with more. Did it at Troy. Is doing it at Tulane now. Like, I think he'd be the G5 candidate I'd go with there if I had one. But why go to the G5 if you can just look a state over and make Mike Gundy say no? I mean, I think everyone would be on board for that.
That would be insane. Can you imagine that mullet in that state?
It'd fit.
It'd be a fit, man. I will say, if I were giving a prediction on this, I think Bobby Petrino ends up getting this job.
What record do you think Bobby Petrino has to have moving forward as this team's head coach?
I think making and winning a bowl game inspires enough confidence to where you can talk yourself into, okay, well, like, he took over mid-year. It wasn't even really his program. Just like he kind of inherited a tough situation. Like, if they go make and win a bowl, I think the vibes will be too good to pass up on Bobby Petrino round two. Because I think also, Kato, remember when he got hired and there was kind of this eyebrow raise of like, whoa, for real? Like, you're going to bring him over to be your OC at that place with that history? Yeah. And we all sort of whispered the same thing. If it doesn't go right, Sam Pittman might have just hired his replacement. I think we see that through. I'd be curious to know what the actual conversations were behind closed doors and how much that was talked about when he got hired. Hey, listen, Coach Pitt, we love him, man, but like it's not going all that great. It's a big reason why you're coming in, Bobby Petrino. I wonder how much of that was talked about, even on the front end of him taking the OC job.
Yeah, sad day in Fayetteville for sure. But you said they need to make a bowl game that would require 4 more wins. Rest of their schedule's at Tennessee, hosting A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, at LSU, at Texas, and then closing the season against Missouri. So
you
I think that's a tall ask.
So within that, you would have to find a way
to win 4 games.
To win 4 games, but you thinking about the kind of wins that are on the table there to get to 4, because I think you could squint and see a win over Mississippi State.
Yes.
I think Missouri is tough. Is
Last
that
game
Missouri?
of the season. Last game of the season. It's at home.
At home, so okay, maybe you get that
battle line rivalry.
Your Auburn feels pretty winnable these days.
Yeah, I don't think they're winning on the road. I don't think they're going to Tennessee, LSU, or Texas or getting a win. Right. If they do, then more power to them. So LSU you kind of need 4 wins in those 4 home games: A&M, Auburn, Mississippi State, and Missouri.
But my point being, if you got a 4th win against any of those teams, that's like a whoa, like the vibe off of that.
Well, depending on how
would be enough.
Depending on how your national champ pick looks in a couple weeks.
Yeah, dude. I mean, that might be a win for him. Who knows, man? Who knows?
See.